So tonight, we have to ask a pretty tough question. How does an MVP favorite, a guy who's been on fire all season, completely fall apart in the biggest game of the year? We are breaking down a Monday Night Football shocker that just flipped the MVP race and the entire NFC playoff picture right on its head.
Okay, let's just set the scene here. On one side, you've got the 11-5 Rams, right? A team that is firing on all cylinders with the MVP frontrunner at the helm. And on the other side, the 7-9 Falcons, a team with pretty much nothing to play for except pride. I mean, this should have been a total cakewalk for the Rams. So the real question is, how did it all go so spectacularly wrong?
You know, to really understand this incredible upset, you have to start with one person, Matthew Stafford. He was the undisputed MVP favorite, the golden boy of the league. But on this Monday night, his absolute dream season just turned into a complete nightmare.
I mean, think about it. All season long, Stafford has been playing at this just elite level. He's making impossible throws, leading the Rams to one victory after another. But in this crucial game, he looked like a totally different player. And the timing? Wow, it could not have been worse. Now, pretty much, everything is in question.
Just look at these numbers. The yards, the touchdowns, they aren't terrible, right? But one stat just jumps right off the page: 3 interceptions. Come on. In a high-stakes game like this, those turnovers are absolute killers, and they're what ultimately cost the Rams the win.
And then came the play, the one that's going to haunt Rams fans for weeks. A ridiculously costly pick six where Jesse Bates just perfectly jumps the route and takes it all the way to the house. It was a dagger to the heart of the Rams, a massive momentum swing that put them in a hole they just could never quite dig out of.
Now look, it's not all on Stafford. His O-line was getting beat up all night, and he was missing his favorite target, Davante Adams. But in the MVP race, there's just no room for excuses. When you have guys like Drake May putting up monster numbers, a performance like this, well, it can be a death sentence for your whole campaign.
But hey, this story isn't just about the Rams' collapse. It's also about how the Falcons rose to the occasion. With their own playoff hopes totally gone, they came out with a serious point to prove, and a few key players delivered performances for the ages.
When you look at what the Falcons did on offense, one name just stands out: Bijan Robinson. He was a one-man wrecking crew, putting up a staggering 229 yards from scrimmage. To put that into perspective, he was responsible for almost 70% of the team's entire offense. The Rams' defense had absolutely no answer for him. And then came the moment that really broke the Rams' back: a 93-yard touchdown run that was just a perfect display of Robinson's insane speed and power. It was a game-changing play that sent a shockwave through the stadium and left the Rams completely stunned.
And you know, with that performance, Robinson joined some truly elite company. The only other player to have back-to-back 200-yard games on Monday Night Football, the one and only Jerry Rice. That's it. That's the list. It's just a testament to the incredible talent of this young running back.
So Robinson was obviously the star on offense. But let me tell you, the Falcons' defense had a hero of its own. A rookie of all people who stepped up and made the biggest plays of the game when it mattered most.
Meet Xavier Watts, the rookie safety who is basically living in Matthew Stafford's head all night. He came up with 2 massive interceptions, including the game-sealing pick on a crucial 4th down. He was a total ball hawk all game, and man, he's quickly emerging as one of the best young defensive backs in the entire league.
Okay, so at 24-3, it was looking like a complete blowout. Most teams would have just thrown in the towel. But the Rams, well, they aren't most teams. They dug deep and found a spark, a single, wild play that ignited a comeback and turned this game into a total nail-biter.
And this was the play that brought the Rams back from the dead. A blocked field goal, a mad scramble for the ball, and then Jared Verse just emerges from the pile and takes it all the way to the house. It was a wild, improbable play that completely changed the whole feel of the game and gave the Rams a real fighting chance. The Rams fought their way back. They really did. But it just wasn't enough. A late field goal gave the Falcons the win, and now the dust is settling on one of the biggest upsets of the entire season. So, what's the fallout from this shocking result?
Well, this loss is a real gut punch for the Rams. Stafford's MVP campaign is basically on life support, and suddenly, a team that looked like a serious Super Bowl contender is facing some pretty tough questions about their mental toughness. And for the Falcons, this is a huge momentum builder heading into the offseason, a sign that they're a team on the rise. And here's where it gets really interesting. The Falcons might be out of the playoffs, but they are not done causing chaos.
They have one game left against the Saints, and if they win that game, they will literally hand the division title to their bitter rivals, the Carolina Panthers. They've become the ultimate kingmakers, and the fate of the NFC South is now in their hands.
So what's the final verdict on the Rams? Was this just a one-off really bad night, or is it a sign of deeper issues? The playoffs are just around the corner, and the Rams have to be wondering which version of their team is going to show up when it truly matters most. One thing's for sure, it's going to be a fascinating story to watch.